Congrats on the win, man. Very, I guess, kind of patient first round, right? I mean, was that part of the game plan to just kind of be nice and calm and just seeing what he's going to give you in the first 5 minutes?
I mean, in these 5-round fights, you need a round to gather information, process, to make reads, to feel like how fast is, because we don't know until you get in. How fast is he? What's his range? Does he step into his straight rights? Does he drift off? Just all that gathering information. That's what I was doing. I'm sure that's what he was doing also. We were both. I could tell he was doing exactly the same thing, and that's what good strikers do. Not all strikers just want to jump in there and throw down. I know that's what the fans want.
Yeah.
They just saw Matt Brown and Brian Barberina just hucking and trying to knock each other out, but we're heavyweights. As you can see, it only takes one. So you gotta make every punch count, and that's what I did.
Did you get enough information from him in those first 5 minutes to actually use it in the second round, or was just that punch that landed was just,
Well, yeah, I wasn't expecting that punch to be the one to put him out, but I knew each round I would be able to find a lot more opportunities. After that first round, I figured out his speed, I figured out his range, and yeah, that's what happened. That was organic, but no, I did not intend for that one to be the one to put him out. No.
Did they tell you about your extra check yet, or had you not heard that yet?
I have just heard about it.
Yeah.
Very excited
Congrats
about
on
that. Thank you.
Do you have plans for it yet?
Bills. I got a baby. I got things I got to pay for, so it'll be put to good use.
Talk about, I guess, sort of the call for a title shot afterwards, but then also, when DC said, "Hey, man, we got Stipe right behind you as well," you said you'd potentially fight him too if it came down to that.
I view them as the same opportunity. A win over Gan, who was on a hot streak, who was just in a title fight, that a win over him should put me as the next title contender. Same thing with Stipe. He's the GOAT, in my opinion. He's the GOAT of this heavyweight division. He honestly deserved a rematch a while ago, but if he's willing to risk it against me and I beat him, that's the same thing to me. It's a title shot for me would be the next thing after beating Gan or Stipe.
You guys have some history together, right?
Yeah, we worked out together years ago, back when I was not very good. He destroyed me every spar. I don't have no awesome sparring stories. He was levels and levels above me. I helped him get ready for Gonzaga. That was back in 2012.
Yeah,
I had just begun my amateur career in that year. So
if that fight happened, there's no high drama talking about, these guys were formers, they trained together. Yeah.
No. I respect him, but I believe I'm on his level. I believe I can take him down. I know I can take him down because I did take him down. But I also believe if we get into a striking battle, I can strike with him. I've got the footwork. I've got the acumen. I believe in my coaches, and I know I can hang with anybody on the feet.
At this point, do you feel like the Derek fight last year was just kind of a small bump in the road that's not indicative of what you really are?
If you watch that fight, I hope you guys watched that fight. I destroyed him in that first round. That's no disrespect. I destroyed him in the first round. And he caught me, and that's why you have to analyze, because it only takes one punch. That same one punch, that doesn't work at welterweight, middleweight, lightweight. Like, they're able to make a lot more mistakes. Heavyweight, you get one mistake. I made a mistake. I didn't get offline. I didn't have an angle before I shot, and I gave him his only way of winning, me taking a direct shot into his uppercut. And it happened. It is what it is. It's easy to bounce back because it's heavyweight. That could be anybody. That don't mean nothing to me.
When you look at what you've done so far in your career, especially in the last few years, is there any doubt in your mind that you are one day going to have that belt?
I have no doubts in my mind. That's why I've never been in a rush. I knew I'd get there. Like, I'm only 31. I'm going to be here. I got 8 more years. I'm going to be here. That belt is going to be mine.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Curtis, congratulations on the win. You've had a lot of satisfying wins in your career. Everyone remembers probably the knockout of Virginia Dos Santos when you got that one. But was this a more satisfying knockout just because everyone came in saying it's going to be a striker versus a wrestler, you're going to wrestle him? Like, is it satisfying to get that kind of a knockout, though?
It's satisfying, but no, it's not more satisfying because Chris doesn't have the resume of a Junior Dos Santos. For me to knock out Junior Dos Santos on his feet, that was everything. That's something, like, we wanted to win, but we didn't think it would be like that. Tonight, no disrespect to Chris, but me and my coaches, we've been saying it all week. I can do whatever I want to do. I could take him down. I could get a submission, or I could beat him on the feet. It just happened to happen on the feet. Honestly, I was hoping maybe by third round, fourth round, I get him on the ground. He's tired. I was hoping to get my first UFC submission. That's what I was hoping, but I'll take the TKO on the feet. That works too.
When I had you on the podcast, we talked about kind of the weird situation of heavyweight that's pretty much been here since you got to the UFC. It's never changed.
Always weird.
You mentioned Gane. He is technically coming off a loss. You know what I mean? I know Stipe is too, but again, you mentioned he's the GOAT, all those kind of things. You got guys like Tai Tuivasa around right now, but Dana has said, chances are there's going to be an interim title. We don't really know what's going on with Ngannou. Of course, he just went through surgery, so either way, he's out for the rest of this year. Do you think Stipe is the one that makes more sense just because he is the former champion, or do you think Gane just because he has the high? I know it doesn't matter, but
it doesn't matter. Hey, it don't matter. I know a lot of people get the mic and they just talk smack. I'm being 100. A win over Gane, what's next? A title shot. A win over Stipe, what's next? A title shot. It don't matter. And I don't have any animosity towards either one of them, so it's not like, I want him. Either one. That works.
You're the guy right now on the streak, though. I mean, you put together a couple wins in a row and impressive wins at that. Do you feel like that does give you the edge in terms of the interim title? If they're going to make one, whether it's Stipe, Gane, John Jones, do you feel like you got the inside track that you should be at least one half of that?
I feel that way, but that does not mean the world feels that way, and that's really what matters. Like, what do the fans want to see? So I do believe I deserve an interim title shot. I do believe I have the resume and I have the skill sets, but we'll see.
And last time we talked, you said, you named some guys you wanted, and then out of nowhere you get Chris Daukaus. I didn't really see this coming either. You're not a guy who typically sits around and waits and, you got a family to feed, those kind of things. Are you going to listen to what opportunities come up, or will you be a little bit more rigid and say, hey,
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I ain't broke, and I want what I want. I don't want to just fight guys just to fight guys. I'm just trying to get to the belt. So whomever that is, whatever route I have to take to get there the fastest is the route I want. I don't have a predetermined route. It's whoever I believe is going to get me there the fastest. And right now, I believe it would be Gane, but it might be Stipe. If it's Stipe, I take Stipe.
Last thing for me, I know we know, regardless of what's going on with the contract, Francis is out for the rest of this year. But as a heavyweight and as a guy who may become an interim champion later this year, is there any party that hopes that they get that situation figured out? Because beyond the injury, we got the contract thing. We don't know what's going on with that. And that, once again, is like a lingering dark cloud over the division. Is there a party you just selfishly saying, let's just get that figured out? So at least we know that much. Like, okay, I'm going to get an interim title shot and then I get the Ngannou fight. Because we just don't know.
I don't waste mental energy on that. That's out of my hands. I don't care what happens with Ngannou. If he's here, if he's not, I know he ain't next, so it don't matter for me. I don't care.
Congrats on the win, Curtis.
Between Gane or Stipe, does either one of them present more of a challenge for you?
No, they both have a unique skill sets. They both, and this heavyweight, one punch from either one of them could put me to sleep.
So whichever one, it's not so much a win over Gane would be more fulfilling as a win over Stipe. It's just whichever the win over which one will get you access to that title.
Exactly. I have no beefs. I have no I really want to hurt that guy. I'm not like that. I just want a title shot. That's all I want. So whoever gives me a title shot, That's the guy I want.
We also hear times though when training partners, former training partners, when somebody's finally came up to that level, when they finally can give a little bit back to somebody they train. Is there a party that would like to challenge Stipe just to see where you rank up with him from where you were in the past?
I mean, like I said, I believe he's the GOAT. So a win over him, I think that's the one difference. Beating Stipe Organ equals a title shot, but beating Stipe, I think, weighs more heavily and like historically, because everyone knows what Stipe has done. They know his resume, so that's the one difference. I would like to having him on my resume that would be huge. Yeah.
And I know a lot of us looking at Daukaus coming up and coming through some of these guys, it looked like he had good power, good hands. But what did you think of his power, and what did you think of his speed out there?
I think, honestly, no shade, he should probably drop down to light heavyweight. Just, not everyone's a heavyweight. It's okay. Just because you weigh 245 does not mean you're a heavyweight. So, yeah, I think he should drop down.
Well, that's kind of what the next question, the loss to Derek, the loss to you. I was wondering, has he hit his ceiling? He's not going to get through the guys at the top of this division at this point?
I don't think so. And that's no shade. Like, he's skilled, but he's not. You have to be big. You have to be strong. That's like a prerequisite. That's like a flyweight who's not fast. You can't. That doesn't work.
And I know we talked earlier in the media day, a lot of us were saying, oh, we're expecting to see the grappling out there, but you said, no, it starts as a striker. I'm a striker. How happy are you with how your hands played out there? Obviously, you got what you wanted, but were you happy overall with your striking?
Very happy. I know striking leads to bonuses, and I want more bonuses. So I just wanted to give my best effort, and I was rewarded. So, hey, who knows? Maybe I turn into Huck Liddell, Iceman, just go out there, forget I'm a wrestler, and just overhands.
Well, last thing of that, you said you wanted a submission. So when you heard him, you could have went and tried to get a submission, but you went for the finish.
That would have been a real submission. He was already rocked. So I just went for the gusto.
Well, if you were trying to get a submission, what's the submission that you really want to land out there on somebody?
I want that Darce. We've been drilling the hell out of that Darce. I want that Darce.
Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.